So what are people now, with Brook Lopez in the mix here, what are people saying about the Lakers and their chances of making the playoffs next year as they've added Lonzo Ball?
Well, if they have Paul George, and that's the big if, I talked to one NBA GM that said if they can get Paul George now and don't have to wait a year, he really thinks they could maybe make a run at the 8th spot this year. Lonzo Ball, Paul George, Brook Lopez, and obviously Lonzo Ball makes guys like Brandon Ingram, like Julius Randle, Jordan Clarkson, all those guys better. So he felt like they're not that far away, and they could potentially get in the postseason this year if they somehow are able to land Paul George now instead of waiting a year from now, which is what most people think would happen in terms of him ending up in the Lakers via free agency.
At this moment, Jeff, what do you think they believe? What is their confidence level about being able to pull that off now?
Well, I mean, the hard part right now, if you're Magic Johnson, is what do? You don't want to give up something for Paul George if you don't have to. But if he's going to go to a team like a Houston, like a Boston, that there's some risk involved that, hey, maybe they end up going to the NBA Finals or competing deep into the playoffs. Maybe Paul George loves it in one of those cities and feels like he can win it all and doesn't have to go back to Southern California where he's from. So that's kind of the risk that Magic Johnson's going with right now, and whether to pull the trigger and give up some assets like a Julius Randle, like some future picks, or do you just wait it out and try to give up nothing other than money?